data is equal to library name dot data set name and then run statement. So it will give the printout of this particular data set. Okay. You can store, you can create your library with any path. Okay. So I have just given this particular path of this library. So simply I have given this path to create this particular Nero library, but you can create any path. For example, in this particular data set, if I want to create a permanent library for this particular data, then I will have to give this particular path. Okay, likewise, you can create your permanent library. Okay, so any question for this?
Sir, once you say how to create the path again, sir, I'm not understanding.
Yeah. So for your reference purpose, I have given the path for this my library. So I have created the library here. Okay, Nero. So I have given this path. Simply right click and give the property. You can see, simply right click on Nero, go to property. Okay, give this particular path name. Okay, got it?
First, we must create a folder in.
Yeah, first you have to create a folder. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Okay.
This is SAS Studio. That's why I will have to give this particular path in my library. Otherwise, in this particular SAS, okay, I can give any path here. Okay, when you go into the industry, okay, you will be assigned this particular SAS, not the SAS Studio. SAS Studio is for just for learning purpose. So if my data is in this particular path, okay, in my PC, in E drive, SAS IGCP training, Arthi, lecture 8 libraries. Okay, then I will give this particular path. So whatever data will be there in this particular path, or whatever data that I want to store at that particular path. Okay, so this IGCP library will be created, and it will reflect all this data present in this particular path. And whatever data I will create, those data will go into this particular path. So if I close this SAS session, if I again open this SAS session after 2-3 days or whenever, so my permanent library would be there. So no need to create this data again and again. Simply I will refer the permanent library data and I will do my analysis. Okay, got it? Any question?
Yes, sir.
Any question?
Sir, we can also give the path in our PC file, sir.
Pardon?
Like we can also give the path in our any folder, like in our PC.
Yes. From PC, any folder you can give your path.
Okay.
Any path. Okay. Okay, so that was about the libraries. So now you are aware about the work library and permanent library. Okay, many times I have explained you this. So today we have learned like how to create the permanent library. Okay, now this if then else statement. So it is very important. Okay, so just focus on this and do the practice. After this session, I will share this particular code syntax with you. Okay. So why this particular if and else statement we used in industry? Okay, so it is called conditional statement. So by naming itself, you can understand if then else. If my condition is 1, then my output will be this. Or simply you can say in layman term, if condition 1, then simply do this thing. Okay, like this. So if you want to modify your data set at data value level, okay, then we use this particular if and else statement. Okay, I will show you one example so you can understand it very well. Okay, for example, I am creating one data set like demo. Okay. Okay, so in a work library I have created one data set demo. Okay, now for example, one variable is there, sex, that is gender, female and male. Okay, so suppose if I want to convert, I want to assign a 0 for f and 1 for m. Okay, so what I will write, for example, if I want to convert this female gender to 0, so what simply I will write, if sex is equal to f in inverted comma because it is character, then sex is equal to 0. If I run this particular syntax, then demo 11 dataset will be created in which f has been replaced with 0. Okay, so it is conditional statement. If condition 1, then do this thing. Okay, you can simply give this condition in a bracket also. It is called nested if then else statement. Okay, so if I want to convert this f to 0 and m to 1, so I will write this condition like this: if sex is equal to f, then sex is equal to 0. If sex is equal to m, then sex is equal to 1. So if I run this particular code, my gender has been assigned to numeric version 0 and 1. 0 means female, 1 means male. So simply at data value level, this is called data values, right? This is variable, this is observation, this is data values for sex variable. So I have converted this variable into the numeric one, 0 and 1. If you don't give this particular parenthesis, means then also it will work. Okay, here I am giving the same variable name. Okay, but if I want to create a new variable, okay, so what I will write, if sex is equal to f, then gender is equal to 0. If sex is equal to m, then gender is equal to 1. Drop sex. Okay, and I am simply renaming the gender is equal to sex. You can write this statement like this as well. See, sex has been converted to 0 and 1. See, suppose if I remove this rename statement, this one, then in this particular case, rename and drop statement. Suppose if I am commenting out, so my demo 11 will have my old variable as well as my new variable. So sex is there and gender is also there. So here what I am doing, simply I am dropping the old variable okay and renaming it with the renaming the new variable with old one. So I am uncommenting this particular part. Okay, so what will be there? So gender is there. Okay, sex I have dropped, but I want the old variable only. So simply I am renaming this gender with old variable name. If I remove this commented part, then it will simply rename this gender to sex. Okay. So likewise, you can use the conditional statement to change your data values. Okay. Now, in a demo, we have one variable called education. 1 2 1 2 1 2 3. Likewise. Okay. So as a reviewer, I won't understand what is education 1 2 3 1 2 3. Okay. So what I am doing, so if education is equal to 1, then this education is masters. If 2, then education is degree, and 3 means diploma. Okay. Then I will drop this old variable education, and I will rename this education with education edu, old, new one with old one. If I run this particular statement, so my education will have master's degree, master's diploma, degree, diploma, likewise. So like this, I am changing my data values. You got this point, right? Any question? Hello?
Yes, sir. No questions.
Okay. Yeah. So likewise, you can use the conditional statement. We have one variable marital status. Okay. For example, this one, married, single, and widow. So if I want to convert this particular, character variables to numeric one, okay, so what I will do, I will simply write the condition. If marital status is equal to single, then I have created new variable stat is equal to 1. If married, then 2. And if widow, then stat is equal to 3. I am simply dropping the old variable, and I am just renaming this new variable with the old one. If I run this particular code, so I am converting the marital status into the numeric code 1, 2, and 3. We can do all the above exercise into the single step also. Okay, first I am giving the condition for gender. Okay, then I am giving the condition for education. In the same data, I am giving the condition for marital status as well. Everything we can do in a single step. Okay, so I have converted the gender, education, and marital status, okay, into a single step. So this is if then else condition. Yeah. Now in above condition, I am simply giving the if statement. If gender is this, then gender is 0. If sex is equal to m, then gender is equal to 1. Likewise. But if you want to do the efficient programming, so in a SAS we have one provision of else statement. Okay. So above the same procedure, or you can see exercise, we can do using the else statement as well. If then else. Okay. So if sex is equal to f, then sex is equal to 0. Else sex is equal to 1. So here I am not giving the condition like if sex is equal to m, then sex is equal to 1. Instead of that, simply I am giving the else. Okay. So SAS will understand, like if sex is m apart from f, then you have to convert it to the 1. So if I run this particular syntax, demo 12 will be created, and my gender has been converted to the numeric one. So here I am simply giving the else statement. In second condition, I am not telling to SAS. Like you have to convert this x is equal to m to 1. Okay. So other work you can do like this. If education is equal to 1, then education is equal to masters. Else, if education is equal to 2, then education is equal to degree. Else, education is equal to diploma. Okay, so here we have three conditions. We have to convert the three conditions. Okay, so for two conditions, we give if and else if condition, and for simply last condition, we will simply write the else. Okay, and same thing for married, single, and widow. Okay, so for last condition, we are simply giving the else. If I run this particular code, my all three condition has been converted. So likewise, we can use the if then else statement and else statement. I will give you one more examples of demographic data that we generally used to create DM data set.